What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we've got some Empire action for you. We've got something special, a little treat. We do have a 2 versus 2 with all of your friends you know and love. So you see I've taken the Empire. We've got Dahv plays. He's over here. He's got the Empire as well, and we are on a crusade against the Beastmen. So you can see, of course, that we have Boris Todbringer, who is known for his hatred of the Beastmen. We've also got over here Gojira from Gojira Gaming, and he has got Morgar the Shadow Gave. Look at him in there. And then last but not least, definitely not least, we've got the big boy himself, Italian Spartacus. And you can see him over here with Kazrak the One-Eye, who is on foot. You typically don't see him on foot, but he is not bad on foot. 65 melee attack. That is huge. He is ready for some action. And they've also changed him up a little bit now, so his debuff is a little better. So let's go ahead and so it's a 2 versus 2. We're playing on the new latest patch and on the live version for everybody. And we'll go ahead and show you what we got here. So we got Boris Todbringer, of course. We've got the Midland Runefang to get his health replenishment. We've also got the White Cloak of Ulrich to reduce the melee attack by 9 of those enemies around himself. That thing is just such a huge debuff. It is just awesome. We've got Hold the Line on top of his griffin there. He's able to cause fear, cause terror. He is ready to do battle and to regenerate. We've also got, and since the Beastmen don't have that many fast options to take him down, he's actually a pretty safe pick here. We've also got the Empire Captain up here to protect him. You see he is flying on a Pegasus there. That is just the funniest face it's making. Look at how happy it is. Oh man. And he's up here. He's ready to do some battle. We've just got him up there to kind of protect me. So down here we've also got, you can see 3 groups of handgunners. So we've got a light wizard who's got Net of Amantok and Banishment, so not very many spells. We've got the Hammer of the Witches, which is, I feel, a little bit better now. It's doing pretty good there. You can see Dahv's Luminarch there next to it. We've also got some halberdiers in the front. We've got spearmen, and the spearmen have a few chevrons in them, 3 chevrons each. So we've got 4 groups of spearmen up there, and this is the bad daddy. So I'm trying to make it work, guys, and I'm not sure if it really does, but we do have a steam tank, and look at that. I put rank 9 in it. So it's got 36 melee attack, and we're gonna see how this bad boy does. We'll see if it can fight. We're gonna protect him over here with some more halberdiers on the right. We've got great swords for their armor piercing here in the back, because I figured we probably need to deal with some bestigors. And so that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward army. You see the range and the armor piercing, and then the chaff in the front. And we really wanted to bring some artillery to take out any Cygors we might. I literally talked about the Iamora Sleb and how we were wondering if we'd see it. So right off the bat, you'll see here Templehof Luminarch. He's ready to do battle with that Cygor. He's over there for Dahv. Dahv's also got a front line here of Pistoliers, who got a little buff in the latest patch. We've also got some spearmen in the front, also some chaff units there with shields, just to kind of soak up any gores or ungors. We've got flagellants here. We've got some Sigmar Sons, the Regiment of Renown. We've also got a second group of those Tattersouls, and in the back here, Volkmar the Grim. He is on his crusade. We are going to cleanse the land of this evil with Boris and Volkmar. In the back here, 3 groups of Knights of the Blazing Sun. Look at all of those lances. That is just awesome. These guys are ready to do battle. And so Dahv has got a pretty straightforward army as well. Now over here you can see that Italian Spartacus has actually put some Senegors over here on the left to help support the flank of Gojira. So there's 4 groups of Senegors, 3 groups of Senegors over here, 1 group with great weapons, and that is just definitely a nasty group over here. And in the back there's also 3 hidden groups of Ungor Raiders. So that is crazy. Who hides Ungor Raiders in the back corner? Nobody was prepared for that. I guess I forgot to mention also the Royal Outdoor Griffites here. Take a look at them in 1440. They look awesome. They are so nice looking. So they look pretty cool. I forgot to mention that Dahv had put those over in the flank. Over here in the other flank, you can see here, there's 2 groups of Chaos Poison Warhounds. So those are from Gojira, and they're ready to get right back into the back of Dahv's army here. Now, if you take a look back over here, we'll go ahead and show you the rest of Gojira's army here. You can see we've got those Minotaurs with great weapons. Oh, hold on. Got our fire. So you can see here we've got those Minotaurs with great weapons. We've also got some Ungor Spear Herd, some regular Gore Herd. We do have those armor-piercing Bestigor Herd, some more Gore Herd. So you see just like tons of Gore Herd over on the left for Gojira. And he has two groups of Chaos Spawn as well as Morgur the Shadow Gave. So you can see since Morgur the Shadow Gave is actually protected here by Korax Man Rippers, he's just going to be a terror to kill. He's also, of course, got the Staff of Ruinous Corruption, which doesn't always include. He's also got the Spirit Essence of Chaos, which will turn one of our units at some point at random into another group of Chaos Spawn. See here, Korax Man Rippers are just so strong. They're ready to do some battle. You can see here, Bray Shaman of Shadows, and he's going to do some good damage in this match. You can see here, he's got Pit of Shades, he's got Penumbral Pendulum, so he's ready to drop some major hits. He's also got Enfeebling Foe for a small debuff spell, just to use up some extra winds of magic you may have. You see here in the back, there's some Minotaurs with great weapons. You can see that there's just big heavy units. Just two groups of Minotaurs with great weapons, two groups of Chaos Spawn. I mean, that is some heavy Beastmen. He's also got here in the middle the Eye of Morislib. That is that Regiment of Renowned Cygor, and that thing is just super accurate. It's able to do a lot of damage. You can see here there's also some Centaurs with great weapons that are not over there in the trees with their buddies. On the far right, we do have a bunch more Gore Herd in the front, and here is a ton of Bestigor Herd. So you can see that the Gojira has got three groups of Bestigor Herd there in the middle. He's also got some Gore Herd on the right, so he's got both flanks covered with Bestigor Herd, and then a big group of armor piercing in the middle. He's also got a Gorbull, which we haven't seen in quite a while. You can see the Gorbull there with his Minotaur buddies behind him. He does have the Minotaurs there, and a second group of the Butchers of Kalkengard. So he does have the Regiment of Renown, and I really like them. These guys cause fear and terror, and they also just do tons of damage. 110 damage, 77 armor piercing, and they've got like pretty good defense. They've got tons of health, silver shields, so these guys are a good pick. He's also got a Bray Shaman of the Wild there, which you can see he's going to be able to spawn a Cygor if he'd like, or use Devolve, Bray Scream. So he's got some pretty good damage spells, and he's also got Kazarak the One Eye like we saw there. And let's see, does he have it? He does. He does have the Dark Mail, so anyone who's got casting abilities around him will reduce 9 melee defense and 18 armor. So just in an AoE, so as long as he's in there fighting, besides Apocalyptic Vision, which I always really like, I mean, he does have the Scourge as well, so he can, do some pretty good damage. Especially, I just love that when the casters get close to his AoE now, it's not when they're casting, it's all the time. In the back here, you can see there's some Destroyers of Drakewald, those Ungor Spearmen Herd with shields, and that pretty much wraps it up. So you can see they've just went really sneaky. Goji and Italian Spartacus are ready to get right up in our back of our archers there, and we'll just go ahead and press play and see how it goes. So right off the bat, of course, we've got our two long range units just right in here doing some good attacks. We're gonna have them shooting right at that Eye of Morislib, and you can see they're just gonna be blasting him right in the face. He's already down a quarter of his health after one hit from each of our units there, and so you see they're gonna start moving in immediately. Over here on the left, those Pistoliers are gonna take aim and fire, and they're gonna do some pretty good damage against those Bestigor Herd. Over on the right, we're also taking aim, and the steam tank is in here taking huge shots at those Chaos Spawn. You see the front line of Spearmen are already engaged, and the back line of Greatswords I'm kind of holding off for now, but it's a good thing because we're going to need them to get in back. These Centaurs with great weapons are going to surround right around this steam tank, which is shooting in. It's already got the Chaos Spawn to half health, but now it is surrounded. It is going to take huge damage from that charge. And here in the back, the Royal Outdwarf Griffites are chasing this big group of Centaurs, so they're going to have some trouble as well. Over here on the left flank, you can see the front lines are engaged, and these Spearmen are going to hold off the Gore Herd for sure. They'll have a little bit more trouble with the Bestigor Herd, but you can see here those Flagellants, the Tattersouls, the Sigmar Sons, and Volkmar the Grin are coming in here. There's Shield of Faith going off with that Warrior Priest, who I forgot to mention in the beginning. There's just so much stuff. Here you go, Knights of the Blazing Sun on the left, and you'll see the Butchers of Kalkengard Welcome Guard get right into them. Over here on the right, you'll see we're starting to take some shots with our handgunners, and we're also going to get in here and get right on top of Morgar the Shadowgave with that Empire and Boris Todbringer Goon Squad. So if you take a look in here, you can see there's a bunch of units fighting here. There's all sorts of Chaos Spawn. I think he's already summoned one group of Chaos Spawn. Maybe even the second group was summoned. And there's a big pit of shades coming right down the side. Over here on the right, you can see the Royal Outdoor Griffide's got some good kills on those Centaurs. One group is already broken off. The second group is routed. And so they're going to use that that surprise here from these Ungor Raiders to come and get in here right into my back lines. You see Boris Todbringer. He's in there fighting Morgar pretty well. But Morgar is going to stand strong. Here in the main battle, I'm sorry I forgot to show it, but of course they took out that Eye of Morisleb. It was super overpowered to have both of those units against the one eye, so they took him out very quickly, and now they're going to be shooting in here at this this Gorbel. You can see here this Gorbel is in here. He's just fighting against Sigmar's son. But these large units, this other Gorbel right here, you can see, oh, it's going to take a huge hit. There we go, that Templehof Luminarch sending it flying, sending it packing, and that is going to be a big problem. If these units right here in the middle are go uncontested, just like these Pistoliers here in the back line are kind of uncontested, they're going to have some trouble in the long haul. However, right now it's like 100% even. You can see the Ungor Raiders have been doing their damage, and oh my god, these Minotaurs are just flying in here. They're going to try to surround Boris, but we are able to pull him up, and since he has an enfeebling foe on him, I do not want to be down on the ground. You see here on the right, this steam tank is still getting in here and fighting. It has been holding up for quite a while, but Korok's Man Rippers will get through it pretty quickly, especially since it's still at about half health. So you can see over here on the right, this combined flank has done pretty well. We've got great swords. A bunch of my units have broken off, but we still have this Goon Squad, which we've gotten on top of the Bray Shaman of Shadows, and we have taken him out as well. So even though he did get some pretty good Pit of Shades, he did get a Penumbral Pendulum, we are going to try to get him off the field and just keep doing our part. Because as you can see, my Empire forces are overran on the right side. Even a group, even my Hammer of the Witches, down to 50% ammo, but it is attacked in the rear by those Centaur, and it will not hold up. Here on the right, you can see there a big Brave Scream going across, but and in comes a shot from that Templehof Luminarch. You see it taking big shots in here. I'm not even sure what it hit. I think it was that group of Minotaurs, and you see all of those units are going to rout off. So over on the left, Dahv was actually able to do a little bit better than I was. Over on the right, I am going to go ahead over here in the side. I'm going to go ahead and try to, you know, kind of regroup my units and make sure to continue to help. I still do have Boris the Todbringer, who's in here, and he's going to be fighting against Morgar the Shadowgave. So my Boris is in there, still doing his hero killing. I think at this point we've killed 2 heroes, and we're going for a third at this point. We want Morgar off the battle. You can see the Minotaurs with great weapons will do some pretty good damage to Boris, but I mean, at the same time, we've got Morgar down. He's only got 400 health, and so we want to see the battle here. We want to see Morgar die. You see Boris has got to get out of there, though. And that is that. So Morgar's running off here, 470 health. He's broken, and Boris is going to get over here. I'm going to try to get as many of these units kind of just to reconnect in here in the back as I can, while Dahv goes ahead and tries to group up. You see another shot right into those Minotaurs with great weapons, but it is scary for Volkmar. This battle is neck and neck. Volkmar is just he's evolving. You can see all these units, Sigmar's sons. Oh man, the Flagellants, everyone's going down. At the same time, a lot of the Beastmen units are breaking too, and we have got some handgunners back online. We've got some spearmen in here to kind of protect him. Here in the middle, we were able to get back on top of Morgar and kill him before these Minotaurs with great weapons killed me. And you can see Boris is actually starting to reach his healing cap, so we got to keep everyone moving. Here on the left, we've got the Empire Captain. We've flown him in, got him into those Ungor Raiders. And in the back, the Royal Outdoor Griffites are fighting another group of Ungor Raiders. It is just crazy even. Everyone is using these broken down troops. See, this group of Ungor Raiders at full strength here, half damage. We're going to have to do something about them and this group of Minotaurs with great weapons. But over here, me and Dahv have been talking about our magic. You can see here, let's slow it down. First off, there's a burning skull. So Dahv has all of his magic remaining. So do I. We've been saving. We said there's got to be a clump at the end. Here comes the burning skull. There goes. Dahv's banishment. So Dahv cast a banishment, Dahv cast a burning skull, and now here comes my banishment also. Right down on top, there's another overcasted banishment, and oh my god, you can see the balance of power just swing. Look at these twin tornadoes of light destruction. You can see all of these units are just immediately shattered. There is just Kazrak the One-Eye and one group of almost dead Chaos Spawn remaining, and that was just a massive death pool. Oh my god. So the balance of power comes way more heavily in Dahv and I's favor at this point. You can see here we've got these handgunners still online. They're going to take some shots here into this group of Ungor Raiders. We can see the Royal Outdoor Griffites, 4 units. It's pretty much done. We've gotten Kazrak the One-Eye shattered off the field, and that is that. So between all of that, it came down to the very, very end. It was so close. The magic actually is the thing that take us over the edge, and it was such a great battle with Goji and Italian Spartacus. See there, Italian brought 1,100 troops. This after the battle report is going to be awesome. So you can see here, look how many troops we bought. So I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning that we used Ultra Funds. So that is why we had so many troops. Don't try to copy these build at home, folks. Bam Teague and his Dahv plays 145 kills with Volkmar, 71 with that Bright Wizard. Look at this, 111 kills on the Tattersouls, 136 on these Knights of the Blazing Sun. I mean, these guys were all over the place. The Pistoliers even were just taking health off of units, and he did just such a good job over on the left there against Italian Spartacus. I mean, he was able to get these Vestigor Herd down pretty easily. Some of these Gore Herd didn't stand a chance, but I mean, look at this group of Vestigor Herd which did get involved. They got 193 kills. So I mean, it was awesome. The real thing was that the Templehof Luminarch and my Hammer of the Witches were able to get just so many shots off right away on this expensive Eye of Morisleb. They were able to take him out when he was only able to get 21 kills. And that was super helpful for us. So you can see here, I mean, stars of the show, 136 on Knights of the Blazing Sun, and just the Tattersoul is just getting in there, but you can see the work that the Magic did. And over here on mine, you can see 96 kills on that Light Wizard. We were able to get a bunch of kills at the end there. The Empire Captain and Boris Todbringer were both kind of just hunting down their heroes. I was trying to do my best to kind of, you know, goon them out and stay alive. We got in, kind of disrupted whatever we could and did some good damage. The Spearman, 84 kills on this Spearman. I don't know what he got into, but he had a lot of fun doing it. At the same time, you know, the other groups, a lot of them died on the charge, but we did okay. It wasn't too bad. You know, they were able to hold the front line. The Great Swords, though, were taken out by the Shadow Magic. Man, that was so awesome. A lot of the Gojira Shadow Magic was just smashing right down on my Great Swords. I think it was Gojira because I believe, yeah, so Italian brought the British home in a while, but Gojira was able to get a great Pit of Shades on top of my Great Swords, and he got a great Penumbral Pendulum, and he was able to do a ton of work. Also, all those cavalry overwhelmed my steam tank, although it was able to last a long time. It was unbreakable, so it did anchor that flank for quite a bit, and it did get some good kills. It got some good shots off. I actually took some shots at the Eye of Morisleb, killed some Chaos Spawn. It did okay. So over here for our opponents, Gojira, 86 on his Brave Shaman of Shadows. I mean, he definitely got some great magic off, and there was a lot of troops out here. So I mean, look at that, 142 on the best scores, 134 here, those Senegors. I mean, these Senegors were just champions in the back line there. They were able to get in and kill a ton of my handgunners, which didn't really do a lot this game. You know, Minotaurs, always super strong. I mean, look at these. Look how strong they were. Plus those 2 summon Chaos Spawn. There was 4 Chaos Spawn. I mean, it was an overwhelming attack on my front line, and he was able just to kind of steamroll me. If it wasn't for my heroes and my steam tank and a few other things, I think we would have probably lost it just because of my flank alone. In Italian's army, you can see here, the Gorbel is one thing. We focused that Gorbel down almost immediately after we focused down the Eye of Morisleb. And so that actually, you know, those large units are definitely hard when there's a Luminarch and a Hammer of the Witches out there fighting. You can see here the Brave Shaman of the Wild. He got off, so he was using a lot of Devolve, which hasn't really worked out that well for me lately. But at the same time, he was debuffing the units a lot. You see here 193 kills like we saw before. Butchers of Calgard 49. I mean, these Minotaurs, the Senegors were able to get in the back lines there. So, you know, Italian was able to hold strong, and Dahv was just peppering him. he was just attacking him so much with all of these mobile units. I mean, getting all over the place, hitting big hits with the Templehof Luminarch on him. And that was just a sight to behold. So either way, it was a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'm sure other guys are going to put it up as well. So go check out their versions, because this game was so fast-paced and so intense that I could not capture half of the cool things that happened. So if you get some different perspectives, I'm sure they'll catch some other great things. So go check them out. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This is Black Iron, and this has been another one of Black Iron's Battles.